I extend particular greetings to the visitors from Christendom College and to the many student groups present. May this Lenten season purify your hearts and renew our faith and your hope in the mystery of Christ, our Redeemer. God bless you all.
The college was established back in 1977 as part of the vision of Dr. Warren Carroll, who was very much concerned with a lot of trends in contemporary Catholic higher education back at that time.
Many universities began to really discard their Catholic character.
They believed that there was a crisis in Catholic schools and how there was just a decline in the quality of general education.
So we wanted to establish a program where young men and women would be deeply grounded in the liberal arts, where faith and reason are allowed to play their proper role, with the result that the college would be graduating young men and women who are deeply committed and believing Roman Catholics.
Christendom just had all the things that I really cared about. It had the Catholic intellectual life, a real formation with a robust worldview that was informed by our faith and by the Church's teaching.
Availability of the sacraments here at Christendom.
Adoration in the chapel to spiritual life on campus is amazing.
The friends that I meet at Christendom are people that are not just people I want to have fun with and have a good time. They're people that I study with, and the people that I go to class with, and the people that I am sitting with at Mass.
Academics, the spiritual life, student life, all these elements come together to really create a whole person. A person that's active in their faith, alive in their faith, joyful. And I see these students go out into their communities and they're really able to portray what it means to be truly Catholic in an everyday setting.
Where can you find a college where the professors all take an oath of fidelity to the magisterium of the Catholic Church? History, philosophy, theology, English, classical languages, political science and economics, all from a Catholic point of view. And it's just comforting to know I'm not being taught from a secular, relativistic, kind of pagan point of view.
The classes are amazing. The professors are great. Their availability is a big bonus for all of the students. You can pretty much get help any time of day. They're willing to give out their home phone numbers.
I really like how everything approached from an integrated point of view. Things I learned in history, I see pop up in literature, and things I translate in my Latin class, I've learned in my ancient history class.
We have specialists teaching here in all the different disciplines, but the different disciplines nevertheless complement one another. And that's why, for example, it's crucial that Christendom's core curriculum in philosophy and theology is complemented by a core curriculum in history. No other Catholic college offers anything like what we have here.
We seek to evoke a sense of wonder in the students through introducing them to the great Aristotelian Thomistic tradition. This sense of wonder moves them to pursue wisdom, and hopefully this pursuit of wisdom will last their whole life long.
Because of the way that the history is taught, we ended for Christmas break right at the Incarnation. It was such a profound moment because you feel like you had gone along with the pre-Christians and really felt the longing for Christ. And so when Christmas came, it was just amazing.
What you see is that the story of man is a story that involves Christ because Christ became man.
I could think nothing better as sort of a capstone to our core curriculum than having students study at the heart of Christendom, at the heart of the Church.
I went to Rome last fall. It was an experience that changed my life.
Our students are able to really live just steps away from the Vatican City and from St. Peter's.
To really experience the historical reality of our faith.
Until you see it with your eyes for the first time and experience Rome, only then does it really become part of your soul.
And for them to be able to walk across St. Peter's Square every morning to go to class and to be able to study, in that vicinity is just a phenomenal transformational life experience.
The reputation of a college is not just what passes around the society. The reputation of a college is geared in a tremendous way by whether or not our graduates are accepted into other schools, graduate schools, law schools, medical schools, etc. And in point of fact, we have been very successful at that.
Christendom has alumni in every field, from lawyers to doctors to teachers to religious education to professors.
And therefore, our apostolate to restore all things in Christ really, really being fulfilled in a great way now, and I am very proud of the place for doing it.
Spiritual life and formation, that was a huge part in persuading me to come to this school. It's amazing coming here and just having friends that are actually truly practicing their faith with a vigor.
It's so exciting to see other people my age going to daily mass every day, standing in line for confession, praying the rosary, going out into Washington, D.C. every Saturday to pray and protest in front of abortion clinics. I mean, it's exciting to see other people my age practicing the faith.
Always, the Eucharist has been central to everything we do. One of the first buildings that went up on this campus was our Chapel of Christ the King. Eucharistic adoration now takes place at our college every single day, and the countless graces that have flown from that. The celebration of the Mass, also the praying of the Divine Office in our chapel, having solemn Vespers on Sunday, have all added to a sense of being part of the liturgical life of the Church. And the Eucharist, as Vatican II taught us, is the source and summit of our Catholic life. And that is something that we take very seriously here at Christendom and try to live out in the concrete day to day.
Christendom College has 3 choirs, a standard mixed voice choir, a chamber choir known as the Palestrina Chamber Choir, and we also have a Schola Gregoriana.
We are very committed to making the Mass and celebrating it as beautifully as possible within the tradition of the Church, including all the time up to the Council and the continuation of the Council. So we celebrate the Novus Ordo as beautifully as possible.
We do not want to send students out into the intellectual life without a solid spiritual foundation, without a foundation in grace and in supernatural virtue and in the life of Christ in the soul.
The spiritual life is so intimately connected with the intellectual life. Unfortunately, so many schools try and disconnect the two, and that it's simply a pursuit of the intellect with no regard to our necessary moral formation, or one that simply focuses on the moral formation but doesn't actually work on forming our minds to be able to think.
So it's a wonderful symbiosis of those two things, the liturgical life, the theological, intellectual life. You get to pray with what you know, and you get to use what you routinely encounter through the liturgy to deepen what you study.
To come into contact with the experience of lived Catholic Christianity, which is so much more than what takes place in the classroom.
Christendom seems to have a deep institutional commitment to making theology much more than an academic exercise, but a manner of life and a way for spiritual growth.
It's wonderful to see how all the different aspects of student life comes together from when they enter until they graduate, and it's wonderful to be a part and to serve that as a chaplain.
It's just overwhelming for me to be here in this place where there's so much joy.
A place to be formed in your faith and take it out into the world.